All right, I've got a group of nurses. So two of them joining me now. They've gone to school, they've graduated, they've done national service, but now they don't have jobs. And I think that early in the morning I said, oh, somebody could be screaming right now, go get a job. That's what we all do. But they have a peculiar situation, and that's what they will tell us. So Adams Masahudu and Isaac Doda joining me. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You call yourself Coalition of Unemployed Nurses, Midwives, and Psychiatric Nurses. Why would you put unemployed tag on yourselves?
Yes, unemployed in a sense that we are supposed to be given employment after we have finished our mandatory service. We are supposed to be given employment, and that hasn't been the case with us as at now. We are at home, we have been trained for 3 years, we've done our service for 1 year, and per our listen with the bond with the government, immediately we finish, we are supposed to be recruited into the service. And here's the case, we haven't been given that opportunity. We are willing to work, we have been trained, and nobody's minded.
Can't you get a job anywhere else?
Okay. We are bonded. We can leave this country to anywhere. Some of our colleagues, those are the private sector, they could move anywhere within the world to seek for employment. We cannot leave the shores of this country for employment.
Isaac, that's a contract that you signed with the government. Is that it?
Yes, we have actually signed a bond with the government to serve the government to serve this country and our people for 5 years. And then after 5 years, if we want to serve elsewhere in the world, then we can go there. So what it means is that if we want to go away from this country to serve anywhere, then we have to pay some kind of amount or some money to the government. It will mean that we have breached the contract. It's a contract we have with the government.
Because the states give you some allowances when you were in school.
So when we were in school, the state sponsored our training, and then we were given allowances while we were in school. So it means that we have to pay back. We have to work.
But you can find private jobs even in Ghana. The focus is not just going outside the country.
Well, private job in Ghana is difficult because we are one way. We are trained as nurses. Now, I cannot go to the banking sector to look for a job. I have to go to hospitals.
But they are private hospitals, I mean.
Yes, they are private hospitals. But looking at it, we're talking about Accra, and how many private hospitals can absorb all of us? And even with that, I'm not so sure, but the private hospitals, they have some kind of amount they will pay to government if they happen to absorb me. So it is safer going for those who are coming from the private institutions than like compared to coming for me to work for them.
Okay. Apart from that, how many private hospitals are in Upper West? How many of them are in the Upper East?
Is that where you're coming from,
I'm coming from Upper West. And you get to Jirapa, how many of them are there? So if I am trained and I'm at Jirapa, we are talking about congestion in the capital city. Should I move from Upper West, from Jirapa, from Nanto, any of those communities to the capital? I don't think that will solve the problem.
How many nurses are there in your situation?
In our situation, we are about 2,241 nurses who are affected. And then, as I'm speaking, information reaching us is that some people are passing through the back door. We don't know how sure that is it, but we have seen some of them actually working, and then they are saying that they are on payroll. I can't.
What do you mean? Some of the nurses in your situation,
yes, the same,
who now have jobs.
We graduated with, those we finished the same internship and national service with. Some of them are working now, so we don't know how comes.
Could it be that maybe the rest of you are not good enough? Because
we have passed our exams. If I'm not good, the council, nurses and midwife council wouldn't give me a license called a PIN. That is what I'm carrying here. This is evidence of how good I am. If I'm not good, they wouldn't give me this. And my PIN is, I'm supposed to serve 1 year, and after that I will renew. And this one is about expiring. I've not started a job.
So what does it mean when it expires? What, you have to renew?
I have to renew.
You have to be working before you.
No, I have to renew before I work. You cannot work if you don't have your license. It's just like a driver. Without your license, you cannot work. If you are working now, even though you have the skills to do it, but it's illegal. So we are having, in the legal context, we have to carry this thing in order to work. But now, as I'm talking to you, we are carrying it but we are not finding the job. There is no job for us.
Are you married?
Well, I'm not married, but I have siblings who are under me. But my friend here is married. I lost my parents, and then I am, let me say, I'm now a father, I'm now a mother. So even
you're
though
taking care of your younger
yes,
brothers and sisters. I'm wondering how you're doing that, but you have a family.
I have a family.
How are you surviving?
That is the case, and that is why I'm here. You get up from morning to evening, breakfast is even a problem. You have nothing to do. Per my trade, what else would I be able to do? That is the question. And so we are saying that the government, we are not against any form of recruitment the government is doing. We have heard of the youth in a health sector program. It is a laudable idea. It is a way of creating employment for others. But we have also been trained for 3 good years in that same field. Why not we should be given the first share? We have been, they are not bonded, we are bonded. So if there is any priority, we should be given the priority. I am willing to work. I want to survive. I am not here because I want to expose anybody. I am here because I'm hungry. I'm here because I deserve a decent life.
Do you belong to any association? I mean, there should be a group with some leadership that you can talk to when you have challenges.
Yes, we are not totally, it's when we are given employment that will be part of the Ghana Registered General Nurses Association.
Okay.
Automatically, because it is, our training is automatic employment. So the norm is that the moment you finish training, immediately absorb into the system. Now it is now becoming a different problem.
So that's how come you've had to form your own association?
I don't pay dues to the association. So to that extent, I am not a member because I haven't fulfilled any responsibility to that effect. But we have also written to them because it is their responsibility to also ensure that they get more members. Because members will say,
have they responded?
And we haven't heard much of them. Even if they are doing anything, we will say that is not enough. We're expecting that they should have been on this program fighting for us. We heard nothing.
So Isaac, have you also notified the ministry? I mean, the ministry that's directly responsible for what you do.
Okay, yes, please. On the 18th of January, we had a letter, we wrote a letter to a petition to the ministry. And then after that, we did a series of follow-ups. And yet, we had no results. On the 29th of February, that is this same year, 2016, we wrote another petition to the seat of government, the Flagstaff House. Yet we have no response. We did a press conference in the Upper West region, and we have had no response from any other person coming. So all we keep on hearing is rumors within our own quarters. We only tell ourselves that, okay, this is the situation, maybe just to placate the issue. But that is not what is happening. Because no public official, no government official, nobody is coming from the ministry on air to take responsibility of some of the rumors we are hearing. Either next year, 10 years to come, or whatever they are talking about, we are not sure of. So as we are sitting down, we are sitting in the dark upon our series of letters.
You know, just quickly, and then I would say let's find a way out. I mean, maybe you're looking into just with one eye into one bottle. Let's spread our wings and figure out something that you guys could do.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are talking even with the earlier question I asked my brother about the follow-ups. Must I follow up before I'm giving employment when you have bonded me?
Well, but right now it's critical for you.
Yeah, it's critical, but the issue is that somebody's responsible. Somebody's paid for doing that job. Why is the person paid? Somebody's paid. Somebody is in V8 to ensure that I am employed, to ensure that I have a decent life, to ensure that the tax I pay and my parents pay do not go on waste. So why must I go to the person again, begging that I should be employed? I don't think that should be the best practice. If you are calling for best practice, we should hold people responsible for what they are supposed to do.
So how do you guys survive now? I mean, what's the reality for you? You've told me about the challenges.
That is the case. I in particular, mostly I have a brother who is a trader most I do depend on him. And recently, he's also becoming fed up. You get to him, you greet, good morning, say, how are you, my brother? I'll be with you very soon. And that ends it, because I've become a beggar. Currently, if I show you my WhatsApp messages, you'll be surprised. Some of our colleagues, including myself, you'll be roaming, somebody will just point a figure. There's a nurse who has been bonded and unemployed. So our name is now bonded unemployed nurses.
Well, let me.
Is that fair?
Is this what you wanted to do? I mean, have you always wanted to become a nurse?
Actually, in particular, with my situation, I applied for UDS. I had admission to UDS, but looking at my background, I realized I'm a family man, and coming out to be writing letters and those kind of making a lot of rounds, searching for employment is a problem. So I felt that it would be safer to get into the nursing field. And so that informed my decision.
Okay.
And I never regretted entering into that field.
Okay.
I only have my frustrations and my disappointment in what is happening currently now.
Okay, but not the job itself.
Not the job. I enjoyed it because if you want to know how God works, you have to be in the health sector.
Isaac?
Well, I will say that, no one will want to sit. If the seat I am sitting on, if there were pins, I will not sit on it. So it's because it is comfortable. That is why I'm sitting on it. And we are out here because we are not comfortable with our situation. Well, to the question whether I earlier on wanted to be a nurse, yes. I live in a society where the people I see, in quote, who are better doing than serving God were nurses, especially in Jirapa in the Upper West region. So where I was.
Is that where you're coming from?
Yes, that is where I was brought up. So when I started growing up, I desired to be a nurse without knowing where that desire was coming from. But all I wanted to do is to be a nurse. And so I ended up in the nursing field.
Have you regretted that decision now? Now that you are done with school and you can't get a job?
Yes, I'm not regretting so much, but without the job, I'm regretting because here I am. If I had gone to the university, I could go into any other company. I could even apply to a private school so that I will be picked to be a people teacher. But now I am here. As I'm talking to you, my friends called me when I tried going to. I went to have some kind of look at the Galamsey place, whether I could earn a living there. But then it was not possible. It's not a place meant for people who are soft like me. So I have to go looking for somebody in the Brown Half region around Wenchi. But then that one too, now it's not raining, so it's so difficult. So some of us are actually in hell while we are on earth. If I'm telling you this.
What do you think the way forward, is?
I am personally thinking that the ministry and the technocrats we have there have failed us. The minister over there had failed us. And for me, I think that it is a deliberate effort to...
you can't say that yet. I mean, you never know the challenges.
I don't know, actually. But I expected that even if there is anything, they would have come out to tell us something. But we have not heard anything.
So let's
the way forward.
Before we conclude, let's just pray. Now you are on our show talking about it.
Okay.
And so let's wait for the feedback that comes after this conversation. That's what I would say instead of conclude.
Yes, the feedback I want to make I'm not concluding, but I am trusting the fact that as we are on your show, maybe the father of the nation, the president, is going to hear us. And I'm believing that if he happens to hear us, I know our situation will be a different thing altogether.
Okay.
So we are expecting that. And aside from that, we don't know whether he can listen to all stations, and we don't know how good that will happen. But then
somebody's
we're also planning.
Listening. Never say never. Somebody's listening. Somebody's listening. You are planning on a demonstration.
Yes.
Yes, please.
And you've asked the police for protection.
Yes.
Please.
You want to go to where exactly?
We will be getting to the Flagstaff House.
Good luck to you.
Thank you
really?
very much.
Okay, we have to end.
Well, if
here.
our the agent that is responsible to address our plight is failing us, then we have to get to
So have
the general overseer himself.
The police responded to your notification?
Yes, please.
Okay.
They proposed earlier the demonstration would have been today, which is 12, And upon deliberation, they gave us 3 days to pick from. That is 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Okay.
And we wrote back to them accepting the 27th.
Okay.
So,
So 27th, you're hitting the Flagstaff House if nothing changes.
If nothing changes.
Okay.
So, and apart from that, there will be other activities because a hungry man is an angry man. So
Please
what we are going to do
don't
is
be angry yet, I beg you.
Yes, but what will be there immediately after that, there will be regional demonstrations. And apart from that, wherever that wherever government appointees will be, especially national, we'll be meeting them.
Okay, no, don't say that. That's
not that we are going to attack them.
But we wish you the best.
We'll be displaying our displeasure to them by
Okay.
showing them placards and letting the good people of Ghana
We won't get there.
understand where we are.
I hear you.
Okay.
We won't get there.
We
Something
won't
will
do so.
happen. We have to wrap up our conversation
All right.
now.
I want to.
Um,
I want to use this opportunity to invite parents who have invested on their wards, and we are nurses now not having job, to join us on the 27th, so that we will tell our president that we are not having job. We want to invite wives, husbands who are affected, boyfriends and girlfriends who are affected, then brothers and sisters who are affected, and the good people of Ghana to join us on the 27th.
All right.
So that we will move to the seat of government, and then register our displeasure.
Okay, all
It will
right.
be peaceful. We are not hostile. We are not violent group of people.
Okay.
We are only doing this just to get job.
All right. We have to end it here. We wish you the best. Really, may something come your way really, really soon. Stay with us. We've got talk coming up right after this. All right.